Hello, all. Stephanie, are you having some difficulty? So have some other people. For some reason, the registration emails aren't coming through very quickly. Hello, Claire. Hello, all. Right. Yeah, the reason that you can't see the quiz is because it's private on that list, and I can't change that now, I'm afraid. Has everyone in your team tried? I just went through the Gmail. Mine comes through in like 5 seconds. Hello, Dave. So if we have like a Gmail address seems to work really well. I don't know if we can use one of those. We're just going to have to wait a little while, I'm afraid. Yeah, mine always comes through absolutely straight away, but not everyone's does so. And the reason it's private is hello, Emma. The reason it's private is because it wouldn't make much sense as a quiz to someone who just logged onto the site and tried to do it, would it? Hello. If anyone does have access to a Gmail account, please use that. Otherwise, or if someone can register, because I've registered with mine and sent those to people already. I'm afraid. Hello, Matt. Right. Let me look. Hello, James. Hello, Harry. No, Mark. It shouldn't be in the list there because it's not really for everyone else to do it. Because if they did, they'd just like have some questions with no actual questions, and they don't really want to watch me, do they? Imagine that. And the email and the hmm, Stream is fine. It's all right, Jill. Don't worry. I'm about to register myself with another account, so I will send you a link if it won't work. I apologise, everyone else. This is Slack, but not my fault. Right, it's a bit my fault. Tumty tum. Who still needs a link to a sheet? Because if you do, Jill, I'm going to send you one now. Mark, I've sent you one to WhatsApp. I've sent you one, Mark. Yeah, and it works. I've just checked that it works. So check your WhatsApp. Excellent. Quinn is in. Mark, does that link work in your email? And Jill, does the link I've just sent to you work? And then I think we're ready to go. I apologise. Hello, Leo. Thanks, Graham. Thanks for opening a new account. Thanks for doing. So I'm gonna have a cigarette because this has stressed me out slightly. I won't lie. How is everyone? Everyone well, I presume. Just so you know, today's quiz is following new lockdown rules, obviously. You're not you're only allowed to play with one person, not from your household, unless you're and all the questions have been replaced with golf and tennis. Yeah, good. My hair is wet as opposed to foul, by the way. Both technically, and I've shampooed and conditioned my beard, which is has made me feel very odd, slightly loose, if anything. Good evening, Roger. Hello. I presume there were no other problems. Jill, are you in? Due to a technical issue, Jill, you're playing the quiz under the guise of Mark Bywater, and your email address, which you're free to use, Mark, is fleetwoodsteamer@gmail.com. I'm delighted to say. Excellent. Everyone is in. Hello, Ross. Good. Hello, if you're in Germany. We have players in Germany, ladies and gentlemen. Players in Germany. That's amazing. Oh, well, there we go. Lovely stuff. Anyway, let us begin, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to begin. Is everyone ready? Is everyone not ready? Is everyone ready? Tell me if you're not ready. Mark's going to Belgium, everyone. That's nice. Well done, Mark. Well, to indicate where I'm going to ask the question, I'm going to wear the visor of truth. So if I wear this, then this indicates that a question is forthcoming. Good. That's from my days as a leading poker professional. Good. Well done. Johners, anyone in your neck of the woods able to available here? Can they hear? Jimmy, anyone? Excellent. Right, let's go. We're going. Question number one. Right. Jesus. Question number one, ladies and gentlemen, is on TV. Here's a quick list of my favourite activities. I'll give you the top three. Number three, sausages. Number two, test match cricket. Number one, test match cricket with sausages. But going further down the list, we'll find the following: that 30,900,000, 30,000, 7,012, which is listening to Priti Patel. Below that is flaying myself alive, and very bottom of the list is watching ITV. However, this sadly denies me the opportunity to watch Piers Morgan, or as he's now known. Normally I don't agree with him, but Piers Morgan. So, who is his co-presenter on Good Morning Britain? Who presents Good Morning Britain with Piers Morgan? Lucky, lucky lady. Yes, Andy, that was Jojo the dog-faced boy in a promotional poster. Now the only human ever hairier than I am. Third is Marlon Brando in Last Tango in Paris. Fourth is any human from the Open University. Question two. Sometimes I've got too much hair to wear a visor. That's a slight problem. Question two, ladies and gentlemen, on sport and tennis. Andy Murray, ladies and gentlemen, has won the men's singles at Wimbledon twice. But which other Grand Slam tournament was his first Grand Slam victory? And which other Grand Slam did his first? And did his other Grand Slam singles victory come? Excellent. I didn't take the hat off, but the hat is on. Question 3, ladies and gentlemen, is on science. GCSE science, GCSE chemistry. Which letters do all the halogen elements have in common? Which 3 letters do the names of all the halogen chemical elements have in common? Yes, Andy, it's a combination of too much hair, too much head, and a child's visor. My own child, I haven't just stolen a visor from a child. Diet Coke, because the horse hasn't bolted. That's upside down. Good visor skills, Tom. Question 4 is on films. Before cinemas shut to the public, obviously, which Disney Pixar film was at the top of the box office charts, featuring the voices of Chris Pratt, Tom Holland, Adidas heiress Julia Louis-Dreyfus, and Octavia Spencer? The Disney Pixar film that was at the top of the box office charts when cinemas closed, featuring the voices of Chris Pratt, Tom Holland, Julia Louis-Dreyfus, and Octavia Spencer. What film was that? I warn you now, by the way, anyone who does a music question before the music round will have it marked wrong, even if it's right. And I will know. So if you've done that, delete your answers. I will repeat the Disney one, Emma. Question 4. The Disney Pixar film was at the top of the box office charts when cinemas were closed to the public, featuring the voices of Chris Pratt, Tom Holland, Julia Louis-Dreyfus, and Octavia Spencer. You can have question 2 again, Graham. Question 2, as soon as you've been so fastidious in registering. Question 2. That Andy Murray's won the Wimbledon's men's singles twice, but he's also won another Grand Slam, his first Grand Slam. Which tournament was that? Gail will earn you a stern look. Is the stream okay, by the way? Good. The film, it was number 1 when cinemas closed. Lovely stuff. Question 5 is on history. Very straightforward question. How many different UK monarchs were there? in the 19th century? I don't mean the 19th. Yes, I do. The 19th century. How many UK monarchs were there in the 19th century? Different ones. How many were there? Question 6, ladies and gentlemen, is on sausages. The question is, in fact, there's going to be a sausage question every week at position number 6, sausages. Which regional variety of UK sausage contains a heavy dose of sage, as opposed to more peppery models elsewhere, and uses coarsely cut, as opposed to minced pork? Some variants also include parsley and thyme, although this practice is considered deviant by purists and may cause culprits to be excommunicated from the sausage community. The regional variety of UK sausage that contains sage, named after where it was made as well. Sage, as opposed to pepper, which is prevalent in other makes of sausage, other forms of sausage, and uses coarsely cut, as opposed to minced pork. Some people include parsley and thyme, although this is a little bit gauche. I feel this would be a terrible time to die if I was found swigging Diet Coke when a visor watching a video of myself on YouTube. I think that might cause alarm. And then people would look at no, they wouldn't, because the hair wouldn't continue to grow. Shut up, Tom. Question 7. What I'm going to give you now, ladies and gentlemen, is a list of 10 things which are seemingly on first viewing or first hearing completely disconnected, but are in fact on closer inspection or linked by a certain conjoining theme. All you need to do is tell me what is the theme that unifies these 10 clues. I apologize for those in Germany. This is bullshit, and this is full weight bullshit. The first 8 clues are somewhat helpful. The 9th one isn't very helpful, and the 10th one is utterly helpful. It provides no assistance. So, what links the following things? Dick Fosbury, Hannah Martin from Neighbours, played by Rebecca Ritters. Hi, Kathy, if you're watching. Marijuana, Gibraltar, Magellan, or Messina. Julie Goodyear. I'm just making hives, let me. A 1980 Bruce Springsteen album. A British sketch show featuring Tracy Ullman, Lenny Henry, and David Copperfield. Not that one, or that one. A D-Day beach. Jeremy Beadle. And least hopefully of all, a former home care shop in southeast Manchester. I'll give you those again. Dick Fosbury. Hannah Martin from Neighbours, played by Rebecca Ritters. Marijuana. Gibraltar, Magellan, or Messina. Julie Goodyear. A 1980 Bruce Springsteen album. A comedy sketch show featuring Tracy Ullman, Lenny Henry, and the third, David Copperfield. A D-Day beach. Jeremy Beadle. And a former home care shop in southeast Manchester. Sorry, Harry, my visor discipline will improve. Let's have a look at what shit you've said so far, shall we? I'm not in there. You can in your head. Yeah. What are you up to? 7. Just as a heads up, try not to write in your answer space because it comes up as an answer and I might mark it wrong. Well, I will mark it wrong because it's nonsense. But question 8. Gird your loins and fasten your safety belts as it's time for today's 2-digit A-road question. Yeah. What your answer needs to be is the letter A, followed by 2 numbers. It's a 2-digit A-road. Very straightforward. I'm going to give you its route, and you need to tell me which route it is, which road it is. So we start off in Denton Burn. Was formerly Newcastle upon Tyne, but now Denton Burn, and then travelling west into West Denton, Throckley, Corbridge, which is what people say when they first see a bridge, Cursed Meat and Hexham, Haydenbridge, Barden Mill, Melkridge, uh, Warwick on Eden, the most mistaken town of all, Botcherby, and then Carlisle. What A road is that? Denton Burn, West Denton, Throckley, Corbridge, Hexham, Hayden Bridge, Barden Mill, Melkridge, Holtwhistle, Brampton, Warwick Bridge, Warwick-on-Eden, Botcherby, and Carlisle. Didn't put the visor on, did I? It hurts my head. That A road again, ladies and gentlemen, that runs between Denton Burn, West Denton, Throckley, Corbridge, Hexham, Hayden Bridge, Barden Mill, Melkridge, Holtwhistle, Brampton, Warwick Bridge, Warwick-on-Eden, Botcherby, and Carlisle. Do you remember the days of the phantom tapping? Question 9 is on TV. Which TV sitcom, ladies and gentlemen, which TV sitcom takes place mostly within the offices of Raynome Industries? Raynome Industries, ladies and gentlemen, the setting for which TV sitcom? Good point there. Special bit of loin girding required for question 8 in this instance. Jimmy, in one of the most hypocritical outbursts of all time, tells me off for talking too much during the quiz. It's difficult to ask you whether I'm talking too much without talking. But am I talking? If I'm talking too much, just let me know, and I will broadly ignore you. Thanks, Roger. I'm on Quinny's telly. It's one of the happiest days of my life. Thanks, Quinny. Thanks, Emma. Question 10, ladies and gentlemen, is on food and drink by what evocative name, and it has an opposite as well, sort of, is the appetizer or canapé of a prune wrapped in bacon, better known. Some people like them. They're wrong and deviant. They are mean. But what are they called? A prune wrapped in bacon. They have an evocative, an exciting name, ladies and gentlemen, and has a direct opposite as well, sort of. What is it called? I should set up a bit really, shouldn't I? Excuse me. That's better. I feel more comfortable now. It's a bad angle though, like stomach before face. It's not. Maybe I'm too. Am I too large now? Ugh. Question 11, ladies and gentlemen, on the internet. And as the coronavirus hit Italy particularly hard, which website offered free premium membership to Italian citizens, which was later extended to other countries, which led one wag to comment, "Nice to see, in times of crisis, a nation coming together." That's question 11 again, as the coronavirus outbreak hit Italy particularly hard. One website offered free premium membership to Italian citizens, later extending this offer across Europe. As the coronavirus hit, one wag commented, "It's nice to see a nation in times of crisis coming together." Which website was that? Yeah, they're empty boxes. I've eaten no cakes since putting them there at all. Question 12, ladies and gentlemen. Now you have a discussion about the most evil men in history, and various dictators will come up and so on, and despots and whatever. But actually, the most evil man in history is the Australian opening batsman David Warner. He was banned, of course, after being caught cheating with the sandpaper with Cameron Bancroft, and most upset of all, the captain Steve Smith, who, for his sins, was replaced as captain of the Australian Test cricket team by which man, who captained them to Ashes draws? Who was the man who replaced Steve Smith as the Australian Test match captain after Steve Smith was banned? Who was that? Matey, that just doesn't work, does it? Hair's good though, isn't it? Question 13. Question 13 is on geography, ladies and gentlemen. In which largest city, but non-capital city, would one be able to visit the Hagia Sophia, built in 537 AD under the aegis of the Roman Emperor Justinian? But now a museum, formerly a cathedral, and a mosque. In which city would you find that? The Hagia Sophia, there are others, but this is the most famous one. Built in 537 AD by Justinian, which I'll tell you just so you can't say one of the other ones. And it's now a museum that formerly was a cathedral and a mosque. In which very large city but non-capital would you find this? Oh, the phantom tapping. Maybe I can do that anyway. Question 14 is on films. From which film is the famous quotation, "I want the truth, you can't handle the truth"? From which film is that quotation taken? "I want the truth, you can't handle the truth" is taken. I don't know why it's been performed in the manner of Sylvester Stallone. You can't handle the truth. In which film is that quotation taken? I want the truth. You can't handle the truth. Taken from which film? Oh no. Bit of phantom tapping for you there. Oh, it's not phantom if you can see it, is it? Good point. Thanks, Harry. Apparently there was some buffer in there. Is it okay? Okay. Question 15, the last one. Sorry. Question 15 is on the lockdown and uplifting bits about the lockdown. The Coronavirus Act 2020, ladies and gentlemen, so called after the clarity of the hindsight with which we'll review decisions. The Coronavirus Act 2020 and its statutes of how to comply with the requests of police officers and so on for misbehaving under the very, very clear instruction we've received. How long do those statutes last? This isn't worrying at all. How long do they last? The statutes laid out in the Coronavirus Act 2020 with regard to the rights for social distancing and the police's rights to challenge it. A lot of aubergines. Jimmy is having some difficulty with the stream. I didn't notice anything online, but I'm just waiting for Jimmy to give me the all clear that we're ready to go. Or shall I just plow on and see what Jimmy missed? What do you think? Hmm? Jimmy thinks I'm back. Jim, anything you missed, we'll catch up on later or by message, okay? Right, question 16, ladies and gentlemen, is the next 10 answers on your sheet. Please write one answer in one box. Okay, they don't need to be in the right order, but one answer in each box. Anyone who writes the 10 in one box is getting that mark wrong and everything else marked wrong as well. Okay. So question 16 to 25. Earlier this year, ladies and gentlemen, before things went sour, the Heart Foundation, that's British Heart Foundation, as opposed to the early 90s wrestling tag team, attempted to get the nation to give up chocolate for a month. Well done. Good luck with that now, lads. And by means to promote this effort, they polled the nation as to their top 10 chocolate bars. Ladies and gentlemen, all I want you to do in the next 10 spaces is write what you think the nation's top 10 chocolate bars were. Okay? That's 16 to 25. You get a point for each one you get right that's in the list. If you write more than one answer in an answer box, I'm going to come round and shoot you with a gun. Yeah, the original bill that's updated, Harry, for question 15. The mandates last for how long? There's two bills, by the way. There's one, but the Coronavirus Act 2020, the statute, and the rights to police to question behaviour as laid out in that law last for how long? It can be lengthened. That requires a review. And 16 to 25, the top 10 chocolate bars, as revealed by the British public in a poll run earlier this year by the British Heart Foundation, which is made out of Jim the Anvil British Heart Foundation and Brett the Hitman British Heart Foundation. And also Owen, the British Heart Foundation. Okay. I'm going to have a cigarette now. You've got until that finishes. And I'm going to do some marking while I have that cigarette. Some answers of the Lion Bar, by the way, in the chocolate question. Not saying whether it's right or wrong, but it's definitely the most partridge chocolate bar. Or maybe that's a double decker. You know. Um, I'd class them all as chocolate bars, Jimmy. So not a chocolate product. I'd say they're all chocolate bars. Yeah. Yeah, they can all be bought in a sort of standard, chocolate bar size, normal chocolate bar size thing. Okay. That's stupid. I used to work with a man who said Toblerone. It was very annoying. There wasn't a partridge question, Leah. I'm afraid. So bloody brave. Sorry, Leo, you narcissistic sports pimp. Prints like yellow stuff in tins. He's an idiot. He provides all her sexual intercourse. Time's up. Question 26. You ready? Question 26, ladies and gentlemen, is on TV. What was the name of the Sky TV show? Which is a bit like QI for the recently lobotomized, in which quick-witted TV comic Lee Mack aimed to prove unlikely facts with the assistance of the usual array of studio guests, including, with increasing inevitability, Freddie, Andrew Flintoff, Stephen Mangan, Josh Widdicombe, and who's this? Looming on the horizon there, it's the inevitable spectre of Ramesh Ranganathan. What's the name of that TV show? Presented by Lee Mack, attempting to prove or disprove unlikely facts with the assistance of studio guests, a bit like Chew-Eye for idiots. What's it called? Sorry, if you're still debating the chocolate bars, you can continue to do that, obviously. Question 20. Oh, no. Question 27, and one of the daily highlights, of course, at the moment is the government health briefing, of course. Nicola Sturgeon, of course, suggested in her role as Scottish First Minister that we don't go sunbathing in Scotland, which is unfortunate for me because I was about to hot-foot it to Cumbernauld for a quick bask. But the briefings in Wales, of course, are given by the Welsh First Minister and leader of the Welsh Labour Party. Who is he? Who is First Minister for Wales and leader of the Welsh Labour Party? Question 28 is on memes. Ladies and gentlemen, hi Leo. It's very easy that you want your which actor features in the internet meme known as face palm? Ladies and gentlemen, looking despairing with or most variants thereof. There are 2-person, 3-person variants, and there are probably multiple people variants. The most common one called face palm, which actor is shown in that internet meme. Question 15, Jimmy. The statutes and provisions laid out, that's the word I was looking for, the statutes and provisions laid out in the Coronavirus Act 2020, specifically those with regards to social distancing, acceptable behaviour and the rights of the police to enforce these, last for how long? Initially, they are up for review, but that's for how long initially? Question 29 is on computer games of yesteryear, ladies and gentlemen. Which computer game duo found on the Mega Drive have relatively recently been revived and are, according to the title of one of the games, Back in the Groove, featured rapping aliens from the planet, apparently, featuring enemies such as possessed post boxes, phantom ice cream trucks, opera singers, and deadly groups of nerds. Which game on the Mega Drive was that, ladies and gentlemen? It has recently been revived in the groove, according to the title of their new game. The title characters being rapping aliens from the planet Funkatron, searching for parts of their spaceship scattered across a version of the Earth, which features possessed post boxes, phantom ice cream trucks, deadly groups of nerds, and phantom opera singers, the only weapon being tomatoes, thrown in a variety of ways. Dave, we've had the sausage question already. I'm sorry, David. Did you enjoy your sausages, by the way? I made Dave some, well, I didn't make him the sausages, but I cooked him a sausage-based meal. Apparently, Dave, as well, when I disappeared to make that, I failed to correctly mute myself in the Zoom, so I gave people a series of sausage-related sound effects. I also attempted to launch a phone line doing the same, but that was very unsuccessful. Question 30 is on sport and driving sports. And in the field, the most recent GP season, so 2019 GP season, was Formula One, was which man driving from McLaren, who is the son of, shares a name with the former world rallying champion? They both have the first names. What's that name? So, a Formula One Grand Prix driver who drove for McLaren, who is the son of, and shares a name with, the former world rallying champion. What is that name? Question 31. Question 31 is on films, ladies and gentlemen. And in films, if the children are called Michael, Santino, Federico, and Constanzia, what is the first name of their father? The children are called Michael, Santino, Federico, and Constanzia. What is the name of their father in films? Beautiful. Question 32. Now, I need you to be relatively precise with your answer here, okay? It's on history. And Hadrian's Wall, ladies and gentlemen, was, surprise, surprise, constructed under instruction from the Emperor Hadrian. Let's go further north, where we find Rodney Anton and Lindsay de Paul arm in arm on the Antonine Wall, legend. The Antonine Wall, which was built under orders from which Roman Emperor? The Antonine Wall, built under instruction from which Roman Emperor? Hadrian's Wall, of course, from the Emperor Hadrian. But which emperor built the Antonine Wall? The names again, Ian, are Michael, Santino, Federico, and Constantia. The last three known by shortened forms of those names. Question 33, ladies and gentlemen, is on words and food. Which five-letter word, ladies and gentlemen, another name for a stone fruit, is described on Wikipedia as an indehiscent fruit? Indehiscent. Indehiscent. Indehiscent fruit, in which an outer fleshy part surrounds a single shell of hardened endocarp, with a seed or kernel inside. It's a five-letter word, which is another name for a stone fruit, or a stone fruit, is described as an indehiscent fruit. I don't know what that means. In which an outer fleshy part surrounds a single shell of hardened endocarp, please call me Tom, with a seed or kernel within. What is that word? Question 34, ladies and gentlemen. York Central is one of only two parliamentary constituencies to be surrounded by another, namely York Outer, which circles us menacingly and sprays us with fertiliser and bigotry. Which is the other parliamentary constituency entirely within another one, East Somerset? So there's a whole town surrounded by North East Somerset, ladies and gentlemen, the parliamentary constituency, surrounded entirely by another one. One is York Central, surrounded by York Outer. What is the other one? Surrounded entirely by North East Somerset. Steve has asked for question 30 again. Which Grand Prix driver, Formula One Grand Prix driver, who drove in the 2019 season, the most recent one for McLaren, is the son of and shares a name with a former world rallying champion. They both have the same name, father and son. The father, a world rallying champion, the son, the driver for McLaren in the most recent Formula One season. What is that surname? That was 30 again. for Stevie Cheese. Hello, Stevie Cheese. Question 35, ladies and gentlemen, on music. Madonna, ladies and gentlemen. Madonna was born in a city in Michigan, okay, which features in the name of a Scottish band who had 2 number 1 singles in the UK. What is that city? So Madonna's birthplace, a city in Michigan, which features in the name of a Scottish band who had 2 number 1 singles in the UK. What is that city? The hat remains on. Clarissa has asked for a repeat of question 5. Question 5, Clarissa. How many UK monarchs were there in the whole 19th century? So let's say from 1800 to 1900. How many different UK monarchs were there in those years? Okay, in Claire, question 30 is the full name that they share. Just the surname is fine, always, unless I specify otherwise, okay? If you put the first name and it's wrong, but just the surname is fine. But they have the same first name and surname. Question 30, the film children, sorry, is question 31, Mickey. And the children are called Michael, Santino, Federico, and Constancia. What is the name of their father? That's Michael, Santino, Federico, and Constancia. What is the name of the father? Gentlemen, is on things. The poker hand of 2 pairs of black aces, or ace of spades, ace of clubs, and 2 eights, 2 black eights, 8 of clubs, 8 of spades, is known as the dead man's hand, after it was reportedly being held by which Wild West figure when he was shot? Which Wild West figure who was shot whilst playing cards gives this his fate? His fate gives its name to the poker hand of 2 black aces and 2 black eights as the dead man's hand. Which Wild West figure was shot whilst reputedly holding those cards, creating the name Dead Man's Hand? Uh, 35 again, Martin. Yeah. Madonna's city of birth is in Michigan, and that place name features in the name of a Scottish band who had 2 number 1 singles in the UK. What city is that? Is that okay, Martin? Hi, Martin, by the way. Question 37 is on sound effects. The question is, which word follows Wilhelm to give the name of a sound effect used in over 400 films? 140 odd. Sometimes as an in-joke, sometimes not. What word follows Wilhelm to give the name of a sound effect used in over 400 films? Often as an in-joke, sometimes not. What is the name of that sound effect? Wilhelm what? Davide Galtieri only scored one international goal in his career. Which team did he famously score and play international football? Davide Galtieri only scored one international goal in his international career. Very famous one, though. Which team did he score? Davide Galtieri. Question 39 is on TV and TV for children, and clearly entirely aimed at children and not in any way their mothers, just children. What is the name of the TV show which has recently featured Tom Hardy and Joe Wicks for the children? Yeah, Tom Hardy and Joe Wicks reading books to young children at about 6:50 p.m. It's on CBeebies. What's the name of that show? Featuring such eyesores as Tom Hardy and Joe Wicks reading books to young children at about 6:50 p.m. on CBeebies. What's that program called? And question 40, the last question in this round, is on music. Which word of 5 letters or more, one word, 5 letters or more, has appeared in the title of hit singles by all of the following artists? Jerry and the Pacemakers, Doves, Donovan, Perry Como, the Pokemon All-Stars, and the Dave Clark Five. One word, 5 letters or more, has appeared in the title of hit singles by Jerry and the Pacemakers, Doves, Donovan, Perry Como, the Pokemon All-Stars, and the Dave Clark Five. Which word of 5 letters or more is that? Right, ladies and gentlemen, you'll now notice there are 4 picture questions. Okay, there are 2 serious dingbats, 1 joke dingbat, and the 4th one is a very well-known footballer whose identity you have to identify from his career stats, ladies and gentlemen. Fabulously well-known footballer that you have to identify from his career stats, ladies and gentlemen. So 2 serious dingbats, 1 daft dingbat, it's not really a dingbat, and then 1 footballer you need to identify from that. Then you have the 10 music questions, okay? The first one is question 45, okay? The odd numbered ones need to put the artist, and the one after that is the song title for the same clip, okay? So the odd numbered ones are the artist, the even numbered ones are the song titles, okay? There's 10 of them in total. Don't do the pointless ones at the end. Leave the last 3 answers, the pointless ones, okay? So 3 dingbats, recognise a footballer from his Wikipedia career stats, and the 10 music questions. 45 is the first music question. The odd numbered ones are for the artist. The even numbered ones are for the song title. If you get that wrong, I'm going to have to mark them wrong. Okay? So if you can't read artist and title, then I mean it's not my fault, is it? So artists in the odd numbered space, title in the even numbered question. Okay? Lovely stuff. I'm going to give you about 20 odd minutes for those. We'll say in fact, yes, we're going to say 10:15. Okay? Lovely. So at 10:15, it's going to be time for the pointless questions. Off you pop. A dingbat, Steve, is like a cryptic indication of a well-known phrase. Okay? So those they're difficult to explain, but they are well-known phrases. The third one isn't a well-known phrase. Don't worry about that, Steve. That's just me being a dick. But they all, so 41 and 42 are well-known phrases. 43 isn't. It's just stupid. That's just for the amusement of some people. 44 is at the footballer office. For question 31, everyone, I need the first name of that character, okay? I gave you the first names of the children. I need the first name of the father, okay? You can change it now. And don't need his title. I need his first name. In fact, I did say that. I said, give me the first name of the father. So that's. Some of you have put the wrong answers in the wrong spaces. And I just checked that that's you. You've got 20 minutes, so don't worry. You've got plenty of time. He was one of the great strikers, actually, Mark. But he did save most of his goal scoring for friendly matches. I've been a naughty boy, by the way. Some of you have put a song title in an odd number. It's going to be marked wrong. I'm just going to take that now. So if you think you've done that, change it. Particularly, it's question number 51 that someone's put a song title in. The reason I put 43 and 44 in that because I thought that the people who know one will know the other, won't know the other. If you know both, you're in a small group. So that's just me. Whoever just said that I made them feel sick, you made me feel sick for your inability to distinguish between a song title and an artist. Change it. No problem. I know it's hard being the scribe. I'm sorry that you're under a lot of pressure. I'm sorry. So you've got 10 minutes to do that. Finalise your other answers by playing pointless, okay? Minutes of that stuff. Rob Downey is so confident he started running his own quiz during my quiz. I mean, sorry, the Swan quiz. By the way, so it's the Swan. This is the Swan. Yes, Jason. You see, a pleasure. A pleasure. Had to happen eventually, didn't it? 500 best songs ever recorded, by the way. 57 and 58. Very close. Someone's just got 61 in the wrong place again, by the way. Change that. Sorry all about the stream. Don't know what happened. I'm glad that she would tell you. 1 minute, and then it's time for Dimbats. Okay, not Dimbats, pointless questions. Sorry. Ladies and gentlemen. Okay, so the last 3 answer spaces on your answer sheet are your pointless answers. You can put the same answer in 3 times each time. You can put 3 different answers and you can do whatever you want in those 3 spaces, okay? I gave 100 of my friends, and I have 103 friends, 100 seconds to name as many actors that's 4 or more times at the Oscars. So anyone who's business and finish, okay? I'm going to give you until 22:20 to do that and finalize your answer. Okay, so you've got 4 minutes to do that. Anyone nominated any acting category 4 times. You are looking as your answers. You're looking for ones that none of my friends said. Okay, so you need ones that none of my friends said. The last 3. If I'm not buffering anymore, you have 2 minutes. No, not win, Paul. Be nominated. You don't have to have won. You just have to be nominated, okay? And they have to be obscure answers. They have to be ones that none of my friends suggested to get a point. You've had no pointless answers thus far. I shouldn't tell you that. Okay, I'm going to give you 2 more minutes to do that because of the buffering, okay? So at 22:23, I'm going to finish the quiz. So make sure you've all clicked save, click the 3 boxes, and click finish by then, okay? At 22:23. We've had 3 pointless answers thus far, by the way. Hello, Sarah. Hello, Paul, by the way. Sorry. Okay, 1 minute, and then I'm finishing the quiz at 22:23. 4 pointless answers we have now. Okay, it's 22:23. I'm ending the quiz, ladies and gentlemen. Here, ladies and gentlemen, are your answers. Question number 1, Susanna Reid, presents with Piers Morgan. Question 2, the US Open was Andy Murray's first major. Question 3, INE, are the letters at the end of the halogen element. Question 4, Onward, is the Pixar film. Question 5, there were 4. Question 7, Dick Fosbury invented, of course, the Fosbury flop. Hannah Martin from Neighbours, known as Button, another word for marijuana. The of course was a short home care shop in southeast Manchester, was of course in Mark Antony, because that's wrong. 33, the part of the fruit is that kind of fruit is a drupe, ladies and gentlemen, which you should pay attention to, a lot of people. 34, Bath is the other city, but City of Bath, that's attention to a lot of people. 34, Bath is the other city, but City of Bath, outside of Bath Central. 35, Madonna was born in Bay City, Michigan. The answer was the Lincolnshire sausage. And the home care was 36. The Wild West figure was Wild Bill Hickok. 37. The Wilhelm Scream is the sound effect. 38. David Galtieri was the bloke who scored after 9 seconds for San Marino against England. 39. The TV show CBeebies Bedtime Stories. 40. The word in the song titles was catch. Don't let the sun catch you crying. Catch the sun, catch the wind, catch a falling star. Gotta catch them all, of course, by the Pokemon All-Stars. Catch me if you can. 41 was A Sorry Sight. 42 was Back to the Future. 43 was Roy Stockdale, ladies and gentlemen. And 44, the bonus Wikipedia footballer for the other half of the draw, Mr. Colin Heath, ladies and gentlemen. Colin Heath. Who's a pal of ours. Round. I'm sorry if it's buffering. I'm just going to plough through. First one was Donovan with Colours. Second one was the Ramones with Blitzkrieg Bop. The third one was Blondie with Island of Lost Souls. Next one was Suede with We Are the Pigs. Next one was Arctic Monkeys with Cornerstone. Next one was Next one was Aerosmith with Dream On. The next one was Half Man, Half Biscuit. Well done, play the man. With All I Want for Christmas is a Duke of Prague away kit. The next one was Stay. Okay. Do I have to go through all that again? You would like me to, wouldn't you? Colin Heath drinks in the Swan, Ross. That's what the fans used to chant at him, though. Who the fuck is Colin Heath? I'll send the answers to the group, okay? In fact, they'll all become available when I show you the leaderboard as well. The pointless answers, the male ones were Claude Rains, John Montgomery Clift, George C. Scott, somebody got that, Burt Lancaster, Walter Houston, Alan Arkin, Anthony Quinn, Walter Brennan, Gregory Peck, Paul Muni, and Frederick March. The women, Barbara Stanwyck, Rosemary Moore, Irene Dunn, Norma Shearer, Jennifer Jones, Anne Bancroft, Thelma Ritter, Amy Adams, Ellen Burstyn, Greer Garson, and Geraldine Page. Okay. Apologies for the buffering. The leaderboard, ladies and gentlemen. We have a 3-way. Yes, we'll do it on a better platform. I'm going to post the answers. We have a 3-way tie at the lead, ladies and gentlemen. So in 5th place with 47, Gibraltar CID, LOL. In the Chords, No Effing Pub, and Garnstaple Otters. Ladies and gentlemen, those are your winning scores. Those scores. There'll be another quiz same time next week. I'll sort all this shit out. I'll send you the leaderboard, and we'll get on with it. If you refresh your answer sheets, but there we go. Thank you all for taking part, and I'll see you all next week. Bye.